So we now have our second event in Squad Busters, which is the Chicken Rush event. So basically the way it works is as soon as you pick chickens in battle, they're being counted, and there's 5 milestones: 10 million chickens, 10 mega dragons, 20 million chickens, 20 baby chickens, 50 million chickens, 20,000 coins, 80 million chickens, 80 baby chickens, and then at 120 million chickens selected, everybody will get the black belt chicken skin. So the other event we had, of course, was the Ice World event, which introduced Ice World into the game and pushed Squad League back to Squad Journey level 120. So what I wanted to do is kind of have a little bit of a video talking about my thoughts on the events and everything like that, and how I think the events are incorporated into Squad Busters, what can they improve upon, and everything like that. So I'm probably in the minority here that I think the Ice World event was actually good. And I'm saying that with an asterisk because a lot of people, I feel like, had this expectation of like, oh, it's so hard to get Ice Spirits, it's so hard to get the new characters. It's like, Ice World is getting introduced towards the end of Squad Journey. So, and you can play in the event as long as you're in Desert World. So I don't think people not in Squad League should have an easy time collecting the new characters and getting all three. If 3 characters are getting introduced into a new world and that new world is going at the end of the Squad Journey, then it should be pretty difficult for people to get. Now, if it was going in, like, I don't know, say Beach World was pushed back and a new world was put where Beach World is, then sure, maybe it can be a little bit easier. But as long as worlds are getting introduced and it's going at the end of Squad Journey, I think it's perfectly reasonable that the ability of unlocking new characters is a bit harder. I think that's perfectly okay because, again, it's at the end of Squad Journey, not in the middle, not at the beginning of Squad Journey. It's towards the end, so it should be harder. And we don't want to get into a situation where it's just like people just have new characters because of when they played the game, not necessarily like if somebody just happened to download Squad Busters right after the Ice World event ended, right? And then all of a sudden people they're going up against have all 3 characters from Ice World. It kind of takes away the incentive to push, right? Like, people want to push and progress through the game to unlock new characters and unlock new modifiers and everything like that. So if everything was just unlocked just through the event and you were able to just like get it immediately, it doesn't make it as fun. So I think it's fine that it was kind of difficult to unlock all the characters in the Ice World event. I think that's actually preferable. Now, I think it'd be cool if, like, they had, just to drive a little bit more hype to it, if there was, like, on the last day or whatever, there was, like, a point of, like, for the next hour, it's Super Ice Spirit modifier always, or for the next 30 minutes, and then it's, like, boom, people can, like, grind hardcore for those 30 minutes, and utilize that to potentially play catch-up, so that way if people, like, weren't able to play as much throughout the week and they were only at, like, I don't know, like 20 Ice Spirits, then there was a Super Ice Spirit modifier that could help people get catch up and maybe try to unlock a second Ice World character and something like that. So I think I'd prefer something like that to make it a little bit more enjoyable, and that way maybe if people are like grinding during that last half hour, maybe that was the difference in somebody unlocking all 3 characters. But I think it was a pretty good balance for what we had. I would say all in all, I think the event was pretty solid. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I think it's really cool that they're doing this, that they're trying this idea where it's like a new world is coming out and they're wanting to introduce it where everybody has the opportunity to play it. I think that's super cool. I just think it was a really smart idea, and it kind of builds hype for the late game. It's like, here's a preview of what you could unlock in the future. So I like it. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I was pretty happy with it, to be honest. So I thought it worked out really well. I like those kinds of events. Now, speaking of the chicken event, which is currently happening, I think that it is a little frustrating and annoying that, like, It's a chicken event, and that heavily relies on... I should have just picked chicken there. It was the end of the game. It heavily relies on you getting chicken in your squad, because sometimes, for people not in Squad League, your squad rotates after every game. If you're in Squad League, your squad rotates every 12 minutes. So, in the off chance that you don't happen to have chicken in your squad for that game, or for those 12 minutes, I do happen to have chicken here, but in the off chance you don't, it's kind of annoying because you can't contribute. I like the idea behind the community events of like meeting milestones. When Brawl Stars did it, I thought it was amazing. Clash Royale just had an event with it, with the Goblin Journey or the Goblin Road being introduced, and it was like throw babies or whatever. I thought that was awesome. So I absolutely love the idea and implementation of community events within Squad Busters, because Squad Busters is also like a fun game, right? Like, it's just like one of those games where it's like you queue up, hang out with your friends. Like, it's meant to be a multiplayer fun type game where it's like you're busting around building a best squad, trying to take people out, take your friends down, everything like that. Like, it's a fun game. It's fun, it's collaborative. Like, the most fun that I would have is playing Squad Busters is probably with other people. Now, I do just enjoy playing Squad Busters in general, because it's, I mean, just in general, it's a fun game. Oops, almost knocked my microphone over. But I think, like, the major fun that you can have with Squad Busters is with your friends and with other people. So that's why I love the idea of the community events. I think it was a fantastic idea for them to do, and hopefully it evolves into something bigger. Obviously, the only annoyance is that, well, if you don't have chicken in your squad for the next like 15 minutes or whatever, then you can't contribute to the overall goal, which in a sense is kind of frustrating for people. But that's a very small change. And for people saying during my stream yesterday when this video goes out, people were like, "Oh, we're never gonna hit 120 million. Like, that's so many. Like, we'll never get that." I would imagine that the team was not just like, "Hey, let's pick a number. How does 120 million sound? Sounds good." They probably have data on like how many characters get picked within how long is the event? 10 days. They probably have data on like characters that get picked within a 10-day span of like how many that is, and maybe it's like, I don't know, just throwing numbers out. Maybe it's like one character gets picked 150,000 times or 150 million times in a 10-day span. So they're like, okay, why don't we just do 120? You know, start it off a little bit on the lighter side, see if it works out for the community event, see if it gets more people playing, because in the chance that like more people start playing during the event because like people want this free skin or whatever, then maybe for the next event it gets increased and there are added milestones. So it's like, okay, during the chicken event, during the 10-day window, there was actually 200 million unlocked. So what if we bump it up to 150 and we do that, and then all of a sudden the numbers start increasing, more rewards get added in, and things like that. So I think it's pretty cool. I will say that there's 100 baby characters. There's going to be 100 baby characters that you kind of get as like the prize for completing the entire event. Like, obviously at the 20 million and 80 million mark, you get the 20 baby chickens and 80 baby chickens respectively. So I think it'd be cool to possibly introduce some classic or super units as a reward. I mean, it's still 100 baby units, so it's like a good amount, you know, but I think the idea of like having like a super character that you get instead of just like babies, I mean, it's still a lot. So 100 babies is one super character. It is essentially one super character that you are playing for. So, I mean, still, that's one super character. That is a 10th of an ultra. Maybe it's cool if they just give away, maybe they should up it to 2 super characters. Maybe it's 10, maybe it's 5 or 15, or not 15. 15 classics. So it's 1 super character and then 5 classics. So maybe it goes from just 1 to There's 5 more classics in there. Maybe that's something they can do for the next event, honestly. So on top of that, I would also give away more coins, because 20,000 coins during this entire event is just 10 chess tickets, which is not amazing, to be completely honest. I'd like to see maybe a little bit more coins. Maybe because this is 50 million, maybe they could have given like 50,000 coins, because if we look in the shop, how much is 50,000 coins? Like 100,000 coins is $10. Just throw 100,000 coins in there. Oops, my microphone's falling again. Just throw 100,000 coins in there, right? It's only $10. Well, $10 for everybody playing the game, but maybe 50,000 coins is $5. So yeah, 50,000 coins is fine. Instead of 20,000 coins for like a free event for that many. But yeah, so I really, really enjoy the ideas of the community events that they've had. This Chicken Rush event that we have, which we've seen in Brawl Stars with like the milestones and Clash Royale. The Ice World event for the sneak peek preview of the new world that's coming to the end of Squad Journey. The season resets, then the Ice World resets. People who are maxed out, a little bit unfortunate, but honestly, the people who are maxed out is like 1% of the player base, probably even less. So it's like not that big of a deal, but they do need for those people, like the end game experience does need to be modified a little bit more. But all in all, the events are pretty solid. I can't complain about it. They're really good. I love the ideas behind them. Prizes could be changed maybe a little bit. But yeah, for the Ice World event, I thought people not unlocking, like on my free-to-play account, we'll just load up the free-to-play here. On my free-to-play account, I was able to get Jesse and Ice Wizard from the event. I didn't get Dr. T. I'll unlock him at Ice World, but that's fine. I got 2 out of 3 characters on a free-to-play account that I'm not even at Ice World yet, so I think that's okay. I think it's fine that you're not able to get every character that's released for a world that you're not even in. I think that's reasonable. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. What pain points did you have with the Ice World event or the Chicken Rush event that's currently going on? Do you wish some of the rewards were different? Do you think it's fair that the rewards that are being given? Let me know down in the comment section below. But hey, Squad Busters, if you're watching, keep up the awesome community events, because I think these types of events are what will bring the community together, and I really love seeing these kinds of events in game.